I'm terrified and loving it. Want no regrets to keep me up at night. Feel so alive and loving it. Had to survive, so I finally learned to fight. Laughter, we cried for the fun of it. Now I finally see the light. Don't wanna waste a single minute. Now I finally have you, got you by my side. Let's forget that we made mistakes. It's just a game we play. So let's hit the ground running. Yeah, let's hit the ground running. Yeah, let's hit the ground running. Yeah, so let's hit the ground running. Yeah, it's a beautiful ride. It's a beautiful night. Hit the ground running. Yeah, so let's hit the ground running. Oh yeah. On the shelf, I gotta choose. I'm born to win, or am I born to lose? Just breathe it in and pay your dues. 'Cause life goes by while we're busy making moves. You and I could live till never sleep. But I know you're gonna take a leap. I love that space that's in between. So let's go for it at full speed. Up, 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 up and away. Let's forget that we made mistakes. It's just the game that we play, game that we play. Up, 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 up and away. Let's forget that we made mistakes. It's just a game that we play. So let's hit the ground running. Yeah, let's hit the ground running. Yeah, let's hit the ground running. Yeah, so let's hit the ground running. Yeah, it's a beautiful ride. It's a beautiful night. Hit the ground running. Yeah, so let's hit the ground running. Oh yeah. adventures. Yeah. You and me are filled with joyous pleasure. I like the way you describe passion. It's nothing brighter than love of you. Yeah. Now it's time to be clear. Yeah. We got a story to share with the world. This is just
And good evening, everyone. Welcome to Arcadia University's esports stream. We've got some Hearthstone action for everyone tonight. I am Brian. I'm here with Alex, or Puzzle Alex. Alex, how's it going tonight?
I'm doing well. How about yourself, Brian?
Doing well, man. Doing well. We've got some Hearthstone action here, and I know, Alex, you're not very familiar with Hearthstone, but we're going to treat this as a little teaching experience tonight.
Yeah, I'm super excited to learn all about it. The Arcadia team's been doing really well, I've heard, so I'm excited just to be a part of watching it.
For sure. We've got the Arcadia B squad going against Michigan Tech tonight. And they've been doing fairly decent in TESPA this season. They are 3-3. Playoff hope still alive, but you got to get the dubs down the stretch here. Critical matches every week. And see if they can make that push for the playoffs. The B team, Corey Mason and Xavier, doing all they can and trying to take down Michigan Tech tonight. We did get the bans in, as I believe we're going to get into game action here fairly soon, but Arcadia banned the Hunter away from Michigan Tech, and the Huskies of Michigan Tech banned the Demon Hunter, always a favorite for the Arcadia Knights. And
here we go.
Yeah, as I believe, we can get in the game, and give me a second to set some production things up. Looks like a shaman from Michigan Tech, and starting off with that stealth rogue, I believe, from Arcadia. And we're into game action. Shaman, not really a common pick that I've seen in the meta from my limited experience. I played a lot back in the day, back in the early days of Hearthstone. You see some cards like Backstab for the Rogue, Worked Infiltrator, still around. They were very popular back in the day. The deck here from Arcadia, very aggressive. Certainly looking to get on the board early. Put some face damage in towards the Shaman. And yeah, I'm not very familiar with what Shamans are running. From what I know, those decks have not been as efficient as other decks, but there have been some nerfs, there's been some adjustments to cards, and we'll see what they're bringing.
Yeah, makes you wonder if you should worry even more so that they have an unusual pick, or be a little more comfortable.
Yeah, what do they know that we don't?
You know, they must have something up their sleeve if they've gone with a out-of-meta pick. So that something tells me this deck is pretty tested, and
Yeah.
that's something Arcadia is going to have to watch for.
All right, so they blow the coin. That's a great point. To get this evil totem out that generates some value for them. It looks like they're a very aggressive deck too, but obviously the backstab's coming in. 0 mana, remove your threat from the board that you are counting on generating value with, and that's a huge swing, a huge turn from the Knights. They drew both backstabs in their first 4 cards there. Critical here to shut down this Shaman deck. When it's aggro versus aggro, if you can remove their threats for 0 mana, there's nothing better than that. And you see right now, Arcadia's board looking strong.
Yeah, they managed to do 5 HP on their first turn, which
Yeah.
I think is pretty impressive.
It really is. Now that Frost Shock off the Discover, I believe, able to take down that Infiltrator, but now the Rogue can just equip the weapon, trade off. Michigan Tech down to 22 life, 3-2 still on the board. 2 saps in hand and a backstab. It's a very clunky hand. You would have liked to see a minion there to continue to pressure, but anything basically, sap, returning enemy minions to an opponent's hand. It's just a very big tempo play. Michigan Tech can't play anything that costs a lot of mana because it's going right back to the hand. And if Arcadia keeps doing that, this 3-2 is going to be able to turn after turn, just keep punching the face.
That's what we want to see.
That's absolutely
metaphorically,
what
of course.
So yeah, the Shaman deck, thinking about it, I mean, their game plan was to smash that totem down, keep generating 1 mana lackeys, and build up a big board that way. But we'll see what they've got now. There's another one. And that's not a strong play on turn 3. And
Really quick turn.
And you're going to see that backstab come down again, I believe. Although another consideration would be just to sap it. Yep, face damage continues. We'll see what Arcadia... Okay, looks like they're backstabbing it. Because they hero power re-equip the weapon instead of the sap.
Yeah, within the first 3 turns, though, we already have Michigan State dropping below 20.
Oh yeah, that is the goal of this stealth rogue deck. Kill them as quick as humanly possible.
And when it's working, you know Michigan State's facing that pressure.
Oh yeah. I mean, their deck is designed to essentially do the same thing. Lots of damage, huge board state, but their plan not working out while Arcadia's is right now. They did end up going with that backstab. Pretty simple. Take down those totems. Only 2 of every card allowed in every deck, so there are no more evil totems that are going to generate free 1 mana cards. 4. Oh, Big Fork Lightning, though. That's going to clear Arcadia's board, and they've gotten pretty lucky off those ethereal lackeys being able to discover some spells. They discovered 2 removal spells at the perfect time, and Arcadia's hand just clunky. That taunt totem, also a problem. You know, if that would have been a 1/1 totem, would have able to been removed, or a spell damage totem just wouldn't have been in the way, but no minions on the board. Anyway, now they're wasting a Totemic Reflection on the taunt. Well, I shouldn't say wasted. This is going to make some pretty imposing 2/5 taunt totems. But of course, those saps could go on the 2/5s, and they're pretty much a pain to play again, and they'll lose all their buffs, which is not ideal. This is a very strange game, how this is all played out.
For sure. Especially how Michigan Tech does maintain the card advantage, I think.
They do now, yeah. And we're going to see the saps this turn. I was going to say another line would have been to save those saps, but Arcadia's banking on the fact they're going to draw something next turn. And Arcadia keeping the board clear. We could see them replay those taunt totems. I believe they're 1 mana, if I'm not mistaken, just for a basic 0/2. Yep, there they are, the old Stone Claw totem. So there they come down, no longer 2 6s or whatever. And that's a mighty wall of taunt totems that Arcadia is going to have to break through.
Something tells me that is what Michigan Tech has been hoping for this whole game.
Yeah, they just won a lot of things on the board, and they've got the cards to buff them up. And Arcadia can kill some of these. They can kill one of them, and they can play another stealth minion that won't be completely... They have to put things on the board. You can't play for making it immune, but there we go. Okay. Maybe you can. So, 1 taunt totem down. They can kill another on the next turn. But Michigan Tech, 7 mana. We'll see what they play. Continue likely buffing these totems, swinging in for damage. And here we go again, the reflection. Wow, more removal. So they back up all this token generation with buff spells and spot removal. And this board state is huge right now.
Yeah, the tables have definitely turned, I'd say.
They really have.
And I think this out-of-meta choice is kind of exactly what they were hoping for in a sense. I mean, I'm not familiar with their deck, but something tells me they were waiting to get this totem line set up so they can start dishing out the serious damage.
I mean, maybe this is the meta. There's a Bloodlust. That's an OG card. And the instant concede there from Arcadia. Yeah, aggro rogue, when you lose the tempo, when you lose just that board and the pressure, not much they can do. But it's going to be 0-1. Favor of Michigan Tech. Now, we'll have to see what deck Arcadia chooses to bring out next. Anything with just board clears, and that's why you can see that Michigan Tech banning that Demon Hunter from Arcadia to begin with before the match even started. Pretty good, because board clears is something that Shaman deck hates.
I mean, I think too it's that you wonder if they're going to change up their Michigan State, I should say, is going to change up their deck as well, considering it seems that deck is very much a make or break deck. And especially with Arcadia knowing what that deck is now, it's kind of adding up towards a break instead of a make.
Yeah, so here's the thing. So in the format, you only have to get a win with a deck 1 time. So good news is for Arcadia, they won't see that Shaman deck again. But the question is, what else do they have? I mean, are they playing some funky stuff? Are all their decks aggro? That's the question right now. They do have the deck lists, I believe. So aggro rogue, stealth rogue can get wins against anything if they draw correctly. We saw in that game just the draws. Double backstab good early, but then they hit the 2 saps, and that's sort of not where they wanted to be. They wanted some minions there. It looks like we are getting into game. We'll see what classes are up next. Looks like a priest for Michigan Tech, and the hunter for Arcadia, as we are going back to game action.
Now, if there are any new people watching the stream like me, how many wins do you have to get in order to win the match?
3 wins total.
Good old best of 5?
Good old best of 5. And each team submits 4 decks. 1 is banned. And then the first team to win with all 3 of their decks wins the match. Now, here we have 2 classes with very different styles. So last game we saw the Rogue very aggressive, and that Shaman very aggressive in a bit of a different way, but both of those classes want to take your health total from 3rd to 0 very fast. Same kind of deal here with Arcadia's Hunter deck. They want to get on the board early, as they're doing here, summoning a random companion that buffs other minions on the board, and they spell bursted that Intrepid Initiate early, which means he's got 4 attack right now. Incredible. Now the Priest, they want to stall as long as humanly possible. They can heal with their hero power. They have a bunch of life gain in their deck. They just want to stall the game, clear everything off, steal some of your stuff, survive as long as possible, and outvalue you with card advantage and with just 2 for 1ing with their spell. So here we go. Deal 2 damage to all minions. Easy board clear. I do not believe... Oh, nope, they did. So we do have the imprisoned Felmaul that is going to wake up here in a turn or two. But the early pressure from Arcadia, once again avoided by Michigan Tech. Eaglehorn Bow equipped, that's 3 face damage. And that is a bold, just windmill slam of the 2/6 Archmage Vargoth there. He can, again, generate value for you if you cast a spell and he's not removed. Let's see if Arcadia... Okay, well, if they do cast a spell, they're going to have that destroyed if they don't play another minion first. These secrets, Alex, in Hearthstone trigger on an enemy's turn when they certain conditions is triggered. So when a friendly minion is attacked, they summon a 3/3 copy of that. And then after a spell, here we go. Maybe some missed sequencing from Michigan Tech here, not checking for the secret first, but this should trigger, and there we go. The legendary 2/6 gone. Nice play from Arcadia.
Turned into dust, quite literally.
And a bonus, this bow that they have equipped gets 1 durability every time a secret is revealed, so that's 3 more damage they can do. No problem. And there's just a heal. And we'll never know if they had a better plan than that, but we shall see. There's a Polkelt. So we're going to be drawing the high-cost stuff in our deck. As should just continue to swing with that Eaglehorn Bow. And we'll see what impact cards the Hunter deck's running. Michigan Tech down to 19. And there's the good card, the Reborn. When it dies, it comes back to life. And that's what they wanted to draw there. They're running the highest mana cost in their deck's Dragon's Bane, and this is going to be big GBs for Michigan Tech here. After they use the hero power, deals 5 damage right to their face. Huge swing. Michigan Tech down to 16. Board is clear.
We do lose the bow, though, it appears.
We do see we have another one in hand, so maybe that's a reason why they chose to be that aggressive with it. We'll just play another one, no problem.
This one has a secret as well, so perhaps that's what we're going for.
Yeah. That secret triggers when one of our minions is attacked, so see if the priest actually plays some minions at some point. That's just a Holy Nova. Deal 2 damage to everything and heal everything on their side for 2.
Definitely an interesting time to use that then, considering there was nothing on their side.
Yeah, and it didn't, it removed one thing, but yeah, look, that's not a strong turn 7 play unless they've got, oh, that's a good draw. So Animal Companion, basically all of the options are pretty good. You could get a 4/4, you could get a 2/4 that buffs attack of everything else, or you could get a 4/2 charger, and there's Huffer. That's what they got. So big damage again, and they're going to get the trigger off of Dragonbane, so that's 5. They're almost there. Bow not equipped, but they made the correct sequence, just couldn't play bow that turn. Had to get that 5 damage in after they used the hero power.
Oh, for sure.
So tough spot here for the priest. Their kill all things on the board spell costs 9 mana. So they're not there yet. So they've got to do. Here we go. Okay. So they'll gain 3 there, and they'll gain 5 there. But oh, that's lethal, right? 5, 8, 10. Oh, that's it. That is an Arcadia W. Big rip off the top kill command. And I think this is more than 13. Oh yeah, easy. Easy. With damage to spare, Alex. Arcadia evens it up.
Evens up 1-1. Arcadia and Michigan Tech.
Okay, so we saw sort of the polar opposites there. From a very aggressive deck from Michigan Tech to a very controlling deck. And they paid for it as that Hunter goes to the face and goes to the face often. Now we're going to probably see, excuse me, we can see the Stealth Rogue against Priest as well. But again, it's tough to take down a Priest who can just heal all that health when you have a finite amount of damage you can really do with those very finely tuned aggressive decks. So we'll see if Arcadia chooses to bring the third deck out. Apologies, I'm not sure what that is. I would imagine maybe a mage? They seem to favor the very aggressive in-your-face decks. A Tempo Mage or a Libram Paladin I might be expecting, but we shall see. And we could always see that Priest again. They've got to get a win with it if they want to win this series, does Michigan Tech. So we'll see what they choose to do. The team's talking it over right now.
I'm sure it's not an easy decision to make.
No, the three-headed conversations that people must have, these teams must have, are always fascinating me. I'd love to be a part of that. Looks like we are going to have the Priest again, and here's the Rogue back.
So no new decks this round.
Yeah, so we've seen
Just different
both of these.
combinations.
Yeah, you're right. So as we go into game action here, and I also should adjust, apologies, stream production lacking. I should adjust the game. There we are, 1-1. We do have that Stealth Rogue, no turn 1 play. Same with the Priest, but we will drop that Stealth 3-1, the sneaky delinquent, on turn 2. Other than Holy Nova, I'm not sure the Priest has a way to interact with stealthed minions. Although, like I said, it's been a while since I've played. Big value there, as Arcadia able to draw 2 cards. The Greyheart Sage. Even if that 3-1 dies now, it was worth it. It served its purpose. It drew 2 cards. There's a Penance. That's a great removal spell against this deck. Gains 3, draws 2. Card advantage, a huge thing in any collectible card game. As you know, Alex, more cards you have, the better. And
looks about equal right now. I mean, I'm not great at counting, but
for a very aggressive deck that wants to play all its cards basically as quickly as possible, yeah, for the Rogue to still have a fistful bodes well.
just means they're thinking their strategies through and saving it for the right time.
Absolutely. You do see in their hand 2 Sinister Strikes. That's 6 damage from basically out of nowhere. They've got, and there the Death comes out. So Priest doing Priest things. Stalling very well. 3-1 going to be left on the board, though. That's 3 free damage, and we've got some options here now for the Rogue. They do have that Ash Tongue, which could get them on the board, but not really take advantage of the text printed on it. They're just going to Sinister Strike to get the combo. And that's going to be a Hook Scimitar and the Poison. Lovely sequence. And that's a 6 attack weapon. It's going straight to the face. Down to 15 after turn 5.
That's really nice to see, but as we saw earlier, this priest has some healing powers up its sleeve.
That's true, and this is where, as I was saying earlier, this sap is going to come in huge. They just wasted 5 mana to play this 2/6 that normally would shut down any sort of aggressive board state, but the sap just is brutal, and they're going to be in here for tons of damage. And that's going to buff. Is this lethal, maybe? That is 3/6. Did we miss lethal? Oh, no, that wasn't stealth. Okay. Whew. Okay. Apologies. Caster gets too excited. But basically, I mean, they're at 3 health. This card, Secret Passage, is going to allow us to draw 4 cards. And if we can't find some straight damage off the top, I would be very surprised. So
They do manage to clear board.
they do. And they're going to heal up to 5, so we've got 1 damage from the weapon. The Secret Passage definitely... Oh, we've got 2 Secret Passages. You don't want to see both drawn. Ideally, you'd like to draw one with the first Secret Passage. There's a charge. There's 2 mana. That's it. Game over. Arcadia just taking down this Priest. The Priest too slow. Abyss is 4 damage. The deckhand could be 1, but they're just going to swing in. It's Xaxes. And, man, these games are quick, but Arcadia's up 2-1.
One more for Arcadia. And a new deck for Arcadia, too, we get to see.
Yeah, we'll finally see what they... Yeah, such a great preparation done by me. Apologies, but we'll see what that third deck is.
Hey, who doesn't like a little surprise? It adds some flavor.
Yeah, right? I agree, for sure. It adds some drama. So
Who wants to know all the secrets?
All right, then. Keep your secrets. Arcadia's up 2-1 over Michigan Tech. This Priest deck not working out. The sap was huge in that game. And they played that 5-drop awfully quick. It's going to be the Druid for Arcadia. Let me adjust quickly some stream graphics.
So what would you say the Druid is? If we've seen some hard hitters, we've seen the Priest now, that's kind of a more defensive, laid-back approach. How would you classify the Druid?
So this is a quest Druid, which in stark contrast to a lot of the ramp Druids we've seen around, I believe. A couple of their cards were nerfed. Guardian animals most specifically, so maybe this quest druid it's a more lower to the ground aggressive deck, not sort of the ramp into 9 and 10 mana and play a bunch of big 10 mana spells. This is something that's gonna, again, I think this is a style that Arcadia B likes. They like putting pressure on the opponent, forcing them to react to what they're doing.
It's working, so if it ain't broke.
Yeah, it's working so far. I think it seems like a bit of a clunky draw here from Arcadia, though. No early pressure, if that is indeed what this deck is supposed to do. We see, 3 5-drops drawn.
Well, with all card games, you can always just get a bad hand, unfortunately.
Absolutely.
Even with the best of the decks.
Yeah, been there, brother.
Handful of energies in the Pokemon TCG. What can you say?
So here we go. And there, well, Arcadia seems to be just fine with having these big mana spells in hand. Again, the Priest is not going to be putting pressure on you. So there you go. The Priest, the gentleman's play, heals the opponent. Okay, so never mind. I'm an idiot. Quest Druid apparently fine to play the long game. Maybe they do have a bunch of ramp in here, and I guess the quest does require unspent mana, so this might be the perfect thing to do against a Priest who is just looking to interact with your cards. If you don't play any cards, they can't do anything.
Yeah, hard to interact with thin air. It's not that fun.
Truth. So there's a Keeper of the Grove. And they're going to end the turn again with unspent mana, crank that quest up to 3. So now we see the game plan for Arcadia directly opposing the game plan of the Priest. they've got nothing to do. How many cards do they have in their hand? They're going to have to start burning some at some point. 1, 2, 3, 4. They've got
9
9.
according to my count, but my
Yeah.
math is terrible.
Yeah, no, you're right. 9. So, yeah, at some point, they're going to have to start playing cards. Here we go. And Arcadia chooses to summon that 3/2 Eagle. Quest is complete. And that means that we now have a new hero power. Any choose one card for the Druid, which is they're modal cards. When you play one, you can choose one effect or the other. But now we get both regardless. Huge going forward.
Is this where things start to heat up then? I'm generally asking because I don't know.
It might. No, I think. Well, now obviously we're going to be trying to play some cards and get these choose one bonuses. And now that we actually have a 3/2 on the board, the priest can actually start interacting. So yeah, we might see some cards played. Imagine that. But Arcadia B currently up 2-1. And there goes the coin. So up.
If you got to burn something, might as well burn that.
Yeah. So that's getting up to 6 mana, playing this defender. But again, here we go. The choose one, 2 5/5s for 5 mana. You can't beat
That's
it.
a big play right there.
What a deal! And it allows that 3/2 to get in. And away we go. Although it looks like a perfect board for a Holy Nova play, or any of that removal. Yep, and there it is. They always have it in their hand.
It seems like they have at least half the deck in their hand,
They
so
do, of
not
course.
surprising to me
That's
that
priest.
they would have that one.
Yeah, when you play a priest, if you're worried that they would have the answer, they usually do. Although here are the 2 5/5s again. Holy Nova.
Did notice we have another pair of those in our hands, so
Yeah.
something tells me we weren't that worried about that potential Holy Nova.
Exactly, and that's, it's going to be pressure every turn here from Arcadia, and it's going to be on the priest to answer it every single turn. Here again is Archmage Vargoth, and that's going to clear up both of these 5/5s because of the spell duplication ability. That's a nice play from Michigan Tech, and now we got to get rid of that. Should be fairly easy. That's going to be 4 damage total from the Wrath. And a card drawn. Again, just oodles of value. And I believe this... There we go, yes. 1 mana, Crystal Power, get that off the board. Only 1 legendary allowed in every deck, of course, instead of the normal limit of 2. So we won't see the Archmage again unless Priest has some broken card that can revive dead things, which I'm sure they have in their hand. No problem.
I think the Priest has every card available in Hearthstone in their hand right about now, personally.
Yeah, that's pretty much how Priest goes. And of course, the key for Arcadia here is going to be trying to develop a board every turn. And well, there you go. They got a free 3/5 on the board. Or did they? Did they cast a spell that cost more than 5? No. So they spent the mana for that. They spent the 5. So there's another defender.
At full health, though, so the dead... Because I believe I've noticed that when they kill something, the Priest gets a little bit of a HP rebuff, if I'm not mistaken. So using it at full HP, it's a good defense mechanism, but if we take it down now, the Priest is not going to get any more HP from it.
Yeah.
And we'll kill it. So that seems like a good thing to me.
It is a good thing. We just got threats coming down every turn now here from Arcadia. That's the plan. Big 9 mana Cenarius.
It looks like a big boy card, not gonna lie. Don't know much about it.
Whenever you see
that looks
9,
pretty big.
Whenever you see that 9 or 10 on a card, oh yeah, it's a chungus. And there you go. Board establishment from Arcadia, but I had mentioned earlier 9 mana, the board clear. I do forget the name of it from Priest, for I am a
Holy
rookie.
Nova? Question mark?
Oh, it's far, far more powerful than Holy Nova. It's some sort of nether void or something. We'll see it. Don't worry. This is.
I hope we don't personally, but you know.
Well, I'm sure we'll see it eventually.
Who are you rooting for? Come on, man.
I'm rooting for a good game. We're getting that here in game 4. As far as follow-ups, one key thing to know for Arcadia is the Keeper of the Grove here, a silence. No matter what the priest could throw at us, we do always have that silence in hand, especially if they throw a big taunt. Or, okay, so they went for the high roll, I believe. Yeah, they could have got that 2/6 back. There's a Shadow Word Ruin, which destroys everything with 5 or more attack. That's not the card I was thinking of, the 9-mana board clear, but it clears our most dangerous things. And here we go. We'll note,
I want to see some damage this turn, though. I'm ready for it.
We can get there. I mean, and you look, the priest has 6 cards in hand. We've got 7. So where the priest is normally trying to outvalue us, outvalue their opponents, it's not happening right now. So there's a Starfall. That's going to clear their board away. Going to get some reborn things here. But all that's left is a 3-1, and this is going to be easily cleaned up. Priest going to take some damage here. That is a free 3/5 on the board.
We do manage to break through their line of defense and damage the priest this round.
Yes, sir. And a card drawn because we had unspent mana. This Quest Druid getting it done here. And of note, 4/4s, very difficult for priest to interact with. They have things to destroy things with 3 or less power or 5 or greater power, but never 4 power.
It's almost like Arcadia chose this deck on purpose.
Right?
It's wild, man.
There you go. I'm very curious what Michigan Tech's third deck is.
If we win this, unfortunately, we won't get to see it. But fortunately, we'll
That
go
would
win.
be that would be a fortunately. See, I am rooting for us. There's a renew, restores 3 health. So they're searching for answers, and that's, if you're Arcadia right now, that's a good thing to see. That they
I feel like that's your go-ahead to press the attack.
Yeah, that they don't outright have an answer. Now, of course, they might have discovered one here. That is the beauty of discover spells, and they're going to look for that revive, and there they don't get the. Maybe that's what they were looking for.
As a side note, speaking of not League of Legends, this is Hearthstone. Hearthstone Arcadia A team managed to do a 3-0 win over UC Obsidian today as well. So shout out to that, since this is, of course, Hearthstone night.
Oh yeah. They had a 16-16 Edwin Van Cleef on turn 3 in game 3. The Hearthstone gods smiling upon Arcadia A, and they might smile upon Arcadia B here in this. As Production Man dropped his pen on the keyboard, I apologize. I think we're fine. Thanks for the update, Alex.
No problem. I'm good at reading.
We're glad you're good at reading too. Did you learn that at Arcadia?
Yeah, I did. It was
Great.
really a challenge beforehand. You know what it was? It was the esports that taught me how to read. Not gonna lie.
Absolutely. Great program.
Gotta boost it. Gotta tell you, it teaches you, what's it called when you can't read? I don't even know. Listen, I didn't get to the vocab yet from
Literacy.
esports, but literacy or phonetics. That's what I was gonna say.
There
not
you
Phoenix.
go.
I'm too invested in games, thinking
You
about
learn-
phoenixes. I'm
you
sure there's a
learn-
phoenix here somewhere.
You learn internet literacy. Well, as I said, that silence, able to take down any sort of shenanigans from these wacky priest minions, and you saw it there. No more reviving things at the end of turn from Katrina Muerte. So, sorry, Michigan Tech. And this board is really huge from Arcadia right now.
Yeah, we got a little army going on there, don't we now?
There's a Breath of the Infinite going to clear up some of that board. And a Power Word Feast will replenish as far as health-wise that Katrina, but not going to restore its ability, thankfully. So it's just an 8-2. Now they could heal it for additional 2, but they'll heal their face.
That 8 is a little scary, though.
It is. We've got some armor. We've got 7 armor, so essentially we're at 37 life. And we've got a ton of cards. That's what's so impressive about this match is we played it slow, exploded with the quest completion, and now we're golden. This is an interesting choice here. I would assume, okay, they're going to take the Mark of Nature. So we're going to push some damage here. That's what that pick tells me. We're not playing play big minion, trade with this priest. We're going to go in for some big damage here. Getting that Katrina off the board. And again, just threatening the priest every single turn.
So how many cards are in a Hearthstone deck for those who have no clue like me?
30 cards for each player.
Oh, that's not. I thought it was gonna be a lot more, like 60. Okay.
Yeah, Magic is 60, but I mean that's because you have to put land in, and all that.
So I mean, I haven't been counting cards, but I assume we're getting kind of close to running out.
Yeah,
Semi-close.
Priest has 13 left. We have 9. So
it's a little scary to have a little less cards left in our deck, I'd assume.
yeah,
But
and then okay, we did have some. That's a dead draw right now, but we did have some ramp there in the deck. Yeah, you're right. We're gonna have to start doing damage to this priest, but they're running it. They have to be running out of resources as well. They've been under huge pressure every turn, and there's 6 damage in.
so what were to happen if we were to run out of cards? Is that like an instant lose, or is it something more?
In a lot of
forgiving?
games, it is. So in Magic, if you have to draw a card, you don't have any cards to draw. It is an instant loss. Here, we go into what's called fatigue. So for every phantom card you would have drawn, you take a damage. So the turn after we should have drawn, we'll take 1 damage. But then when we should have drawn again, we'll take 2 damage. And if we had a card, say, that would have drawn us 4 cards, we take 12 or 13 damage. So it adds up really fast, but we do have maybe 2 or 3 turns to end the game at that point with the cards, the 8 or 9 cards we have in our deck remaining. 7 now.
Ooh, sounds like a sudden death to me.
Yeah.
And an intense one of that.
Yeah, it gets really wild. But again, the board, just so solid for Arcadia now. What can the priest do? How can they deal with this? There's a penance, another 6-point life swing, essentially. And there's a Galakron, going to destroy a rando minion. Takes down the 4-5, not the 6-6. And they've got Forbidden Words to easily take out that 1-4. But 3 cards down to the priest. There's a Nourish. Oh my goodness. We're getting closer and closer to fatigue, but we're recharging. Oh, that's something that can put more cards in our deck. That Ysera gonna add a bunch of dragons. See, Production Man doesn't know the deck list. That's the plan, Alex. Shuffle 7 dragons into the deck.
Dragons sound pretty
man.
bad. I don't know if I can say that on the stream. They sound pretty intense.
It's going to be fantastic, especially with just no cards in the priest's hand. They're down to 2.
And the priest appears to be a dragon now, so.
Yep, now they have turned into Galakron. Which means they can add minions into their hand, but minions are not spells that are going to remove all these big dragons from the board that are going to be coming up here from the side of Arcadia. And this is going to be a drag-out minion fight down the stretch here. Dragons versus whatever random jank the priest can create.
I've never seen a priest dragon before, so this is all very interesting.
Neither have I. They're a rare breed. Not many zoos around, sport those.
Yeah, I hear they have one in New York, but that's about it.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully he's purple. I mean, look at this guy. All right, we're gonna innervate the Wrath. That'll draw us a card. Maybe put a dragon on the field. The dragons are, of course, random. There are dragons of every shape and size. There are, you know, might not be a purple dragon. Here we go, Dream Portal. Oh, we're dragoning. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, we're almost out of time, though.
It's Dragon City. Yeah, with no mana, it's fine. Just gonna keep summoning dragons. It's gonna fill this board. And the priest needs a board clear in the worst way. The Crimson Hothead. We can activate that. There's the Plague of Death. That's the card I was trying to know the name of.
Well, they used it at the right time, unfortunately.
Yeah. Maybe they were holding that from the very start. That's a possibility. Waiting for that big dragon turn. For the big swing.
We did get one more portal, or two more portals, so...
Yeah, and here we go. We're out of cards. We are in fatigue. So we're going to take a damage. And, ooh, we've got a Deathwing. That's a 12-12, Alex. No, it doesn't get much bigger than that.
Yeah, we need to ram that thing into the other dragon right about now.
We do. It's not quite a 16-16 Edwin Van Cleef, but we'll see. And now this choose one is a downside because we're drawing a card as we summon the eagle.
Never good when the face of the card you draw is death.
That's true, but we do have 39 life, and we're going to be able to heal a bunch with these cards. That's a big play from the priest. Oh my goodness, the double spell. That is going to be very difficult to get through now. Summoning all those taunts, they're going to be reborn. And we don't have really clean answers to any of it.
Wish we had one of those nukes.
Yeah, we're going to be able to put some 6/6s out and heal. And I think that you want to play the Starfall that deals 2 damage to every minion after you clear the original Reborn, unless you want to trade the Eagles in. That's a tough call. There's so many taunts there.
She could knock out 3 of the 3 right now with the Starfall, I think.
Absolutely. And at what point, the question is, what point do you want to try to break through? Hey, you can kill 1/2/6. But if the priest has another wild spell, and that's going to kill a random minion. Yeah, there goes the 12-9. This is rough. This is looking rough.
And how many cards does Michigan have left? Do
They've got
know?
9. Yeah.
I feel like they've had 9 for a while. That's not good.
Yeah, so they held that plague, whether that was a top deck or they were just waiting for that big dragon turn. I don't know. Would have been smart to hold it, but that really swung the game here.
Yeah, I definitely didn't see the priest turning into a dragon. That one was a surprise, not gonna lie.
Yeah, once they do that, it's infinite value for them, and we're just out of cards. Yeah, there's the concession from Arcadia.
At least we don't have to see this deck again.
That's true. We don't. We don't have to deal with priest any longer, and we're going to game 5. Someone plays Silver Scrapes.
Yes, do it. Not sure what it is, but I have faith in this man.
That is the League of Legends Game 5 anthem.
I'm also not very good at League of Legends.
You're getting there, though. You level 30 yet?
I am not.
Okay, well, we got to get you there.
I played like 3 games, and they're all 50 minutes, and I leveled up like once. And
all
then
right, we got to do some late-night grinding here, get you to level 30. But we got some Hearthstone to play. It's Game 5. We're going to have the Demon Hunter from Michigan Tech, and we're going to see if this Druid can get the win going back to game action.
They were so close last time with their play style, with everything. It all seemed like it was coming up Arcadia's way, and then it just fell just a little short because of that one Plague of Death card.
Priest doing priest things. They just stall, and eventually you you just lose. We do see, of course, the quest in hand. You always draw the quest. You always want the quest in your hand to get that going. Ysera gets dumped back into the deck. We didn't draw that until very late. And, had we drawn that earlier, maybe that game is different. Because then we wouldn't have drawn all the dragons at once. We would have spread a couple out, and maybe that messes up the priest's game plan a little bit.
That is the good part of card games like this, is no one game, even if you play the same deck, will ever be the same due to the random seed. That's not a word, but I'm gonna roll with it anyway.
The RNG, baby.
That's better.
Yeah. Demon Hunter decks, aggressive and more mid-range, I would say, but have a bunch of cards that can just combo out a ton of damage. And we'll see how the Druid does as the defensive class here, essentially, against this Demon Hunter. The Soul Demon Hunter, as it were. We did end up drawing Ysera again. And discovering a spell. There's some runic carvings. Could be useful to clear some of the minions out from the Demon Hunter, but we go with the Bog Beam. When we get to 7 mana crystals, we can start just blasting things for free off their board.
Hey, that sounds nice.
Oh, yeah. And there we go.
Still working on completing that quest, it looks like. Which
exactly.
Is going to get us a little more damage taken this turn.
It will indeed. We have to save mana every turn. So essentially you're taking a hit on multiple turns, not efficiently utilizing your mana, but when that quest completes, that's when it starts, you gain that efficiency back. Oh, that's a big draw there, Wrath. So once that quest does complete, that'll be able to get us lots of value. Although they might consider getting the 1/3 off the board, I'm not sure. I don't think it's that dangerous. As Demon Hunter not going to buff that up with a bunch of attack, but here we go. Quest complete. We now get both choose one effects.
And this is where the party starts.
Everyone's invited. But the Demon Hunter just dishing out damage here.
Except the priest.
Man.
We're not inviting the priest.
No, priests are banned from all further parties. Basically, we need to find a way to survive the damage here. 6/4 on the board.
Oof, 11 health.
Yeah, we've got 11 health. Now that Wrath's going to be able to clean up the 6/4 easy for just 2 mana. And we'll see what... I think that's always being played. And we could innervate out the taunt? I think that might be the play. Oh, just a hard cast Bong Beam. Okay.
Job's done.
And innervate. Okay, so we want to nourish, and then we're going to play the taunt for free. We just have to make sure that 16 life is enough. And let's find out if it is. Just a swing for 1.
Our enemies will fall.
And there's 5, so there's 6/4. Okay. I mean, the plan from last turn was to... Oh, we're going to Hidden Oasis. Gain 12 life. That's big. We had both of those in hand. I did not see that, so... Summon a
We knew what we were doing.
Yeah, summon a 6/6 taunt and gain 12 life. That's pretty good. And again, decks like this Demon Hunter have a very finite amount of damage. It's a lot of damage, but at some point you can out heal it. And you know, us gaining 24 life on back-to-back turns, that's one way to do it. They can obviously value trade this in, trade their 6/4 for the 6/6, unless they have another way to deal with it. I don't believe they've summoned a lot of soul fragments into their deck. I believe just 2?
From what I recall, yeah.
Unless I wasn't paying attention. Now they're shuffling 2 more. And there go 2 more. So now they're chock full of soul fragments. And they're going to be able to get in for 6 here. But I would imagine that, again, we're just going to slam that Hidden Oasis. Oh. But that would be, if we cast... Yeah. I mean, free spells, free taunts. Another Hidden Oasis. And then another free taunt minion, perhaps? I like that play. Oh my goodness. Whoa, that was a quick selection on the Wrath. You saw another Hidden Oasis there. Would have liked to think about that, but I do like this. Get that 6-4 off the board. We don't really have another clean way to get rid of it. And of course we draw Starfall there. And we play the 4-5, so we're sort of slow playing this. Want to make them think that we don't have another Hidden Oasis. It's a Wand Maker. Bring on the randomness, and there's a Consume Magic, so there goes the taunt. Pretty good hit off of Wand Maker.
Such a beautiful shield.
And there's a 5 attack coming in. We're down to 16, but we can see we've got ways to gain life. We've got ways to get taunt minions out. Starfall would clean up their entire board.
I wouldn't say it's even close to being over.
Yeah. But at 16 and 4 cards in hand, we don't feel it extremely safe with no taunts. What could we do if we do use the Starfall? We don't have a follow-up. Well, we do have the Speaker.
It looks like that's what he's considering.
Yeah, Speaker Starfall seems pretty good. Would gain 5 life. Yep, that's the play. Look at that. Maybe I'm not as washed up as I thought.
Time waits for no one.
So that's a huge play, huge swing. Oh, we can even follow up with the 3/5 with the Anubisath Defender. And yeah, this Demon Hunter is just frustrated at all points right here. Plays an Altruist, which is going to deal damage to all minions. And another Consume Magic. This isn't lethal though, yeah. I mean, yeah, it clears the board, but you're down to 2 cards. We've got huge follow-ups. We've got the Hidden Oasis. Easy money. We're back up to 20 life. And oh, just perfect. Crystal Merchant draws us a card, draws Scenarius. That's more taunts that are going to get in the way. That was sort of an all-in play there last turn from Michigan Tech. Betting that, you know, we didn't have a way to gain more life or put more taunts out on the board. Unfortunately, we did. Or, fortunately. Because I do root for Arcadia, in fact.
I don't know. No, I'm just kidding.
So let's see what they have left. 3 cards in hand. There's a Mana Feeder Panthara. And yeah, this is not big plays here. They're going to pray for something from the Wand Maker. There's a good Demon Companion. That's a 5/2. That's going to allow them to get in for 5. This Starfall is going to be brutal, though, on the back end. It's going to clear their entire board. The question is, can we survive with 11 life?
We're hanging on a prayer, and it's not even against the priest, so that's saying something.
Yeah, I had Nourish here? Do we have the time to Nourish? No, you have to play the Rising Winds. Draw first and then Starfall. We're gonna nourish. Okay, they know something I don't. Oh, you gained your mana crystals. Oh, I'm stupid. Never mind. Never mind. Apologies.
Starfall.
Apologies to all Hearthstone experts. I forgot that Nourish gives you not empty mana crystals, it gives you full mana crystals. So Starfall was always the plan. So there we go. Easy board clear. You just have to hope that 11 life is enough. Oh, and the skull off the top. 3 cards. What can they do for 4 mana, though? Do they have enough damage? This is coming down to the wire. Okay, not lethal. That's good news. They should swing in here for 3 after the hero power. Yeah, we're at 8. And we really can't afford to play Ysera here. We need some taunts in the way. Oh, big draw. Health gain. And we can play it with Cenarius. Looking good here at the moment for Arcadia. Demon Hunter's out of gas. And we've got some big boys in the way.
Oh, how many soul fragments has he eaten? Like,
They've eaten a ton. Oh man, he's actually eaten so many, and that's very detrimental when they.
I was gonna say, is that useful? He can gain any health from that.
No. They have a couple cards that utilize those to summon 3/3s that can take out our minions. But he's eaten so many just randomly. Oh, but wait. He had the cane. Ignores taunt. I spoke too soon. The Demon Hunter in there. That skull letting them rip some cards off the top, draw 3, and they found the right combo. It looks so good.
It looked so. I mean, I'll be real. I didn't know what it looked like, but I trusted you. So
You
broke
trusted
my
me.
trust,
I let
and
you down.
you let me down,
Oh,
and I'm
man.
disappointed. But I think what it all boils down to is it's your fault in general. This whole game
It
was your
was.
fault.
I'll take the blame for that. But man, close games.
Yes, in
Every
all
single
seriousness,
one.
super close games, and I didn't know what I was watching, but nonetheless, I just felt like I was at the edge of my seat.
Yeah, especially those last 2, the priest and man, just the give and take of aggro versus control matchups or mid-range matchups. Fun to watch, interesting board states, but in the end, it is Michigan Tech 3-2. Could have easily gone the way of Arcadia.
If it wasn't for those meddling skull.
Indeed. But that's it. 3-2. As Alex told us earlier, Arcadia A did get the win tonight over UC Obsidian 3-0. So our teams earned the split 1-1 tonight. Not bad for a night's work in Hearthstone. But that should do it.
Well, it's been fun to be able to be a part of this. Thanks to Brian for letting me tag along with him.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out.
It was definitely interesting, and I hope you guys all enjoyed watching Hearthstone. If you're new to it, enjoyed it as much as I did.
Yeah, download it, keep playing, just explore a little bit, find a class you like, and play around. It's a fun game. It's easy to learn, difficult to master, as they say. But we'll be back on Saturday, I believe, this week for some League of Legends action. So keep an eye out here at twitch.tv/esportsarcadia for all that. And, of course, we're Monday night Overwatch, Tuesday night Rocket League. Alex is on the call for some of that, all of that. We'll figure it out.
I'm just around, you know.
So am I. We're around. But for now, that'll do it for us. For Alex, I'm Brian, and we'll see you on Saturday for some League of Legends. Have a great night.
Have a nice night, y'all.
Take care.
Video game.